one of the parties. I mean, or worse to that effect. I think it's diametrically opposed, because Mr. Copeland's saying, I actually did say all this. His words, I believe, are, I probably did. I was making it up. Well, I think he says that, but I think he also says I made up a lot of stuff just to get out of jail. So, well, I think that is in concert. So they hold hands. I think the way I understood it, I'm not looking at a transcript. Mr. Copeland said, I probably did say that. I would do anything to get the authorities to take the target off of me and put it onto someone else. That's how I understood basically the totality of his testimony. So he is not denying. Mr. Davis here said, I never spoke to them. I never spoke with them. So that is a blanket denial that he said anything. He also said, I don't know this person. That is a blanket denial that he could talk about that person. So the state,
period.
Bridgewater, did not have to go line by line, question by question, and say, well,
y'all come on in. Let's start where we left out at.
And allowing the state, based upon their desire, I guess, not to lay a foundation, the way I understand the law, and just say, well, he said, and the state keeps saying the same thing, and the court keeps saying that's not what he said. The state keeps saying, he said, I lied about everything. That's what the state told me. They keep telling the same thing, day after day. That is not what the court heard. That's not what I heard. Word of Mr. Adams. He's saying yes. He's just explaining it. But if they want to get in a specific, like Shannon had the gun, Mr. Jackson had the gun, then I would also join Mr. Sharp and say that he's given an opportunity to say, did you say this? And then he'll say, I assume, yes, I did say this. Why did you say it? Because I lied. And then you don't have to play the recording. I'm going to ask you one other question. What say you about the extrinsic evidence argument from the state? I think that I think that I can be the case right now, actually. I just have to flip my computer. What Mr. Sharp said is right. This is not, yes, gun, if I possess a gun, there's no problem. I can possess a gun.
Judge trying to be slick.
It's not bad character. But Mr. Jackson, in this case, is a convicted felon. Before this June 10, 2015 interview. So clearly, that is a criminal activity. So I think that answered your question. So I do believe that it is the character, inappropriate character. Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay, State?
Yes, Your Honor. So as it relates to the prior inconsistent...
Here she come.
What's your take on that?
So again, Your Honor, Bridgewater is a prior inconsistent statement case. We are an impeachment by contradiction. He says he made everything up. So there, even if he didn't say the word lying, he said, everything I said...
But Miss Hilton, now you Miss Hilton, what is you saying? The lady right here so confused. It's because Lou Woody got her confused.
2015, I made it all up so I can get out of jail. So now the jurors get to see what he said previously in order to determine...
It don't mean he telling the truth.
If they believe him in court, or if they believe him when he talked to police back in 2015 that he made it all up. Second, so that's first and foremost as it relates to...
Y'all haters come on in. And all the real deals come on in.
As an example of whether or not we have to go line
I got more than one computer.
For the same principle, if we are impeaching him by contradiction, we are saying what he told the jury in 2024 is contradicted by what he was doing in 2015.
What?
So that answers the first question as it relates to the bridge analysis. And I think, and I would need Ms. Weaver to check, I believe when prior to the February 20th interview, before we started playing that interview, I thought I asked Mr. Coleman
what you coughing for?
What happened with the gun, but I would need to double check that. I don't want to. I don't want to say nobody thought I asked him what did he do with the gun, and he denied giving it to shit, or he denied what his response was. But I would need to check the transcript for that.
What about the issue asserted by the defendants about Mr. Stillwell having being a convicted felon? And you cited a couple of cases for that particular proposition. Johnson versus the state.
You're right.
Is that different because Mr. Stillwell is a convicted felon?
I don't believe so. I was looking at another case, Hollis v. State.
Hollis, Hollis,
Yes, Hollis v. State, to look at which is
what's Hollis?
359 Georgia App 249.
Georgia Appeals or Georgia?
Georgia Appeals 249. To see if in the facts of that case, if the defendant Hollis, I believe in that case, defendant Hollis may have been on probation for a crime, and he had a gun, and the same proposition was the same. But I need to look back at the facts of those cases.
Look at him.
And I went to the court, looked at Hollis.
Now, who the other boy? They always telling Miss Hilton what to say. Yeah, we back. We don't go nowhere. We always got to back up. Girl, bye. Look at him. Y'all always giving Miss Hilton the wrong answers. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Label this as intrinsic, which I don't believe it is. The state said it's admissible as long as, even if it incidentally puts the character of the defendant at issue. This is more than incidentally.
Let me just engage in a conversation. Ordinarily, you're right, but there's a background in terms of this gun that the jury's heard and is continuing to hear in this particular case. And that being is that in the interview says, well, I would tell them the police say they didn't want to hear it because I want to get out of jail. I'm gonna go get that gun. This kind of fills in that particular narrative about this particular gun. So it is kind of, it's relevant, and it is kind of inextricably kind of intertwined in that respect.
Well,
What you talking about? Let him talk, Judge. Let that man talk.
312.
Why he can't talk, Shaw? He think he don't shut you up.
Evidence is admissible as an intrinsic evidence when it is a charged offense arising from the same transaction or series of transactions charged. It's too necessary to complete.
Yeah, we bet we got more than one computer. We got more than one computer.
Charged offenses like versus the state. So in this particular circumstance, I think that's why they're trying to complete the picture about the weapon.
I understand what.
Okay, and I know you fundamentally disagree, and
Well,
I'll take that.
Let me just say a couple things. First of all, this weapon, I think this is important to know. This gun is not involved allegedly in any other crimes or acts. There's no loose ends that need to be tied up later with who had this gun or where was this gun. This gun, the story about this gun ends here. Okay, so there's nothing else that comes up about this gun. But secondly, when we're talking about, and this is why I said places character evidence. Okay, I've already just distinguished. My client is a convicted felon. It's character.
Do you have
But this
any
is
case law that,
this is
that
the important.
specifically shows that, and you can invite me to look at
Uh,
about a convicted felon?
Well,
Okay.
I think it's pretty clear. I mean, evidence of someone committing an uncharged crime
Well,
is. But
I asked you if you had a case.
I can look.
So I could. I mean, that would help me kind of decide. But it looks like
You won't let him talk, Judge.
that an uncharged
You won't let him talk.
can be considered
I
proper
understand that.
purpose.
I understand that, but this is when we get to the level of prejudice and
And I have to I'll make a 403 balancing test in that respect, because you're absolutely right.
Well, and I just want to point this out. Not only would the jurors be hearing about my client committing an uncharged crime, but the most important thing that I'd ask you to consider is my client, this uncharged crime, which they're going to hear about through a videotape of my client committing. My client is charged in this indictment.
That's
with
right.
2 counts of that exact crime.
That's
So
right.
you're going to hear a videotape of Kenneth Copeland talking about my client, Mr. Stillwell, committed possession of firearm by a convicted felon. They're
Mr. Shaw, the judge is for the state. Okay? The judge is for the state. Y'all, we back. We back live. I'm telling you. Little Nita got so many computers. Yeah. Anyway, judge playing games. He for the state. He was at the beginning for the defendants. He was for Young Thug them. Then they got on his back and started riding it till he had to get on the state side. Okay? They telling on the judge, y'all. But listen to Shaw. And welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Lanita always prepared. She don't let her people down.
not supposed to consider that for propensity, I guess. But then at the same time, they're going to be asked to weigh in on his guilt or innocence of 2 separate counts of possession of firearm by a convicted felon. To me, that increases the prejudice, because I mean, it's obvious if you were charged with check fraud and someone brought up that you pushed a lady downstairs one time, yeah, that would be prejudicial. But if they bring up the fact, oh yeah, he's been convicted of, or he committed check fraud on this day, committed check fraud on that day, then we say, hey jurors, what do you think about Mr. Stillwell? Do you think he's guilty of these check frauds? Of course, they're going to say yes, because they're going to have heard about these prior
That's right.
acts. So that's what I'm dealing with. The uncharged act is exactly what he's charged with in this indictment.
That's right.
Okay.
And that increases the prejudice.
Judge don't care.
All right. You're saying just the fact that the state's trying to complete this. So you're saying the state's trying to complete this story about this weapon, and this weapon is not used in any way.
Exactly.
Case.
There's no story to complete about the weapon. The weapon is a dead end. Nothing happens with that weapon. I could see if this weapon was used in another crime and they need to track it.
That's right.
It's not part of the story at all. It's not intrinsic. It's a dead end.
Well, I'll weigh that, but I think they're saying it's intrinsic to the fact of this completion.
Judge is in the ex parte. Sharp, you don't care nothing about what you saying. That judge don't care until y'all get him to recuse himself. Then y'all will be okay. But why is judge still in this trial? Why? Are we having a trial now? Because with it, it's not in the court. Only thing they've been showing up is visions of him being interrogated. Common sense will tell anybody in the street or say anything they got to say to get out of, to get out of jail or be reduced. Come on, man. Y'all, he don't care nothing about y'all. until y'all put them paper down on him and take him to court.
And I understand now. I understand.
No, you don't.
Your point is, it's not really. It's not. This is not the gun that's charged.
You are lying.
Right, there's no ballistic matches.
Right, okay.
Look at Judge.
Your Honor, again, the state's intention is not to impugn that this gun was used in any other.
He told Judge just told the state to get up and talk. The judge his role, his man, the judge is so wait. Sitting up here and getting y'all so kind of signal and y'all ain't paying the signals no attention. And that's why she jumped up out that darn seat. Cause she don't want to hear what Sharp got to say.
Solely to complete when Mr. Copeland says, I told you I was going to turn in a gun. The gun that I was supposed to turn into you all, I did not turn it in because it was Shannon's gun. That is what we're trying to complete because again, defense counsel will purport through whether it's their cross-examination, but what they have indicated is that they want to show that Mr. Copeland is a liar. Mr. Copeland is now explaining to the detectives, in February, I told you all I was going to give you a gun. I never gave you all a gun. Well, let me tell you in June why I didn't give you all the gun. I didn't give you the gun because it was Shannon's gun. And Shannon took the gun with him. And that's why I could not give it to you all.
Right.
There's a reason behind the gun. And
But what it does is, nobody's been
Exactly.
being a convicted felon. I mean, I know it's a status offense, but
even looking at Johnson, Your Honor, the Johnson case in which they're allowing an intrinsic act of an aggravated assault, the case itself was a murder case. And they allowed into evidence another aggravated assault. It was a murder and a
Listen, she don't even know what she talking about, and she a prosecutor.
aggravated assault.
Yes, it was an
Judge don't know what he talking about.
It was uncharged. It was uncharged in the indictment, and they allowed an entire.
It was not charged.
It was not charged in the indictment. So here, Your Honor, we're not asking for a crime to be admitted. We're asking solely for the playing of the fact that the gun was not turned in because it belonged to Shannon. Shannon went on tour with Thug, and he went to Miami. We're not even saying that.
Okay, all right. Let me say about that. What about Mr. Sharp's argument about it? I have to do then a 403 balancing test. Is it more probative than prejudicial? He's saying you've already charged Mr. Stillwell with 2 counts of possession.
That's right.
Firearm by a convicted felon, which are going to be brought up on. He's saying this increases the prejudice. So what would you say about that? Because and I'm listening to it because it's a road to nowhere. It's kind of like
Exactly.
in terms of what you have to prove. It kind of just the jurors may think, well, this guy's who's a convicted felon has this gun and he's not really involved in anything that's charged in this case.
Thank you. Regardless of what y'all think, the judge that really the jury ain't saying nothing. Y'all, the jury don't say and heard Lil Woody said Thug wasn't in it. So that's the only thing the jury is looking for. Yes. Hey Bree. That's the only thing judge is looking for. The jury is looking for. What Lil Woody already said. Lil Woody already said Young Thug wasn't involved. God, you know what, Bree?
Your Honor, Mr. Stillwell is charged with a murder in 2022.
So
One of the offenses that
Is this gun? Is this gun tied to anything?
the gun is not tied, but trying to.
That increases the prejudice though, because it was not tied.
the gun is not involved in nothing, Miss Hilton. You cannot place that gun nowhere. You is putting the gun down, Miss Hilton. You wants to put the gun there. Miss Hilton, y'all didn't do y'all homework. Y'all didn't did no homework. Y'all got the wrong witness involved in this case. Y'all got the wrong witness. Now go on and sit down. Sit your braids down.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. No, go ahead. I'm probably.
No, you go.
No, what it does is it increases the prejudice in terms of because you don't want the jury confused on the fact.
Exactly.
We've heard Shannon's got a gun, or that Copeland's saying, "Hey, Shannon." The reason I didn't turn it in is because Shannon took it and he took it down to
And how are y'all gonna believe everything Copeland says? Why are they believing everything Copeland said, man? Y'all need to yo, judge, you and the prosecutor need to stop. Y'all need to stop. This is what you call hearsay. This is hearsay. Everything that boy told y'all, he told the police investigators anything he needed to say to get out of jail. And they kept bringing up Young Thug's name. Y'all a mess, boy. Y'all people ain't never seen no people want to see nobody locked up like this. It ain't like he was in YMW Malik case in the car with 2 dead bodies. That's different. Jeez. Oh, I can't wait till that case start.
But it doesn't go anywhere because it's not used in any other thing. It's not used in any other criminal offense. It's not
Thank
tied
you.
to murder. It's not tied to anything. It's just the fact
The gun that they trying to get the Woody to turn in ain't got to do nothing with Thug, ain't got to do nothing with nobody. So why they want the gun? Come on, Miss man. Your braids, loosen that hair up, honey. I'm sorry. Loosen your braids up.
Gun went on a guy that's already who's a convicted felon, and it's not charged in the indictment.
Thank you.
I could probably let it in, but my concern is Mr. Sharp's concern, and that's whether or not it's more prejudicial than probative, given everything that he's charged with. Is this going to confuse the jury and let them know, hey, what about this weapon?
See, the thing is with me, y'all can't think for the judge. Y'all can't think for the jury. The jury got to think for themselves. Y'all need to present a case. Because what y'all thinking the jury is not going to think it. Jury already done found that man not guilty. And y'all see him playing on TV. And y'all telling them not to look at TV. And they looking at TV. They say, y'all didn't invite them in the courtroom today. Look at Miss Hilton. Don't know what to do. Y'all know. Ooh, Jesus. That boy done said 10, 11 times that Thug ain't got nothing to do with it. They think that Woody is with Thug. They not looking at this case right. They thinking that the crooks thinking that Lil Woody is taking up for Young Thug, y'all. They crook. It's so funny because these people don't understand the street laws. They just so educated until they dumb with the street education. Whew, Lord, Lanita, say your breath, honey. Cause won't nobody understand what you saying. Jeez.
Tied to anything in the indictment. I mean, I know that Johnson seems to indicate that, but so tell me how I get over the 403, given what you charged Mr. Stilwell with in this indictment.
Sure, because the state has not asserted and will not assert that this gun that Mr. Copeland used in 2015 is the same gun used in 2022. What
is you? What did Miss Hilton? You are so confused. Miss Hilton, you are so confused. You don't say so many confusing stuff. Sitting right here on national TV, and the judge know you don't effed up. You judge know you don't effed up because you don't say it so much confusing until you gonna confuse yourself. Listen to what you saying. Man, you switching up. You switching up on your word. You trying to clear your name, honey. You trying to clear your name. Woo.
7-year difference between this particular incident in 2015 and what Mr. Copeland says, the only purpose for this portion is to complete what happened with the gun, especially given this notion or this idea that in 2015, Mr. Copeland was just lying about everything. So we as the state had to show, we believe that in 2015, his statements were credible. He gave a reason for
Why? Why? What it told you, Miss Hilton, in front of the world that he said what he had to say to those attorney, to those to the officers, investigators in that interrogation to win on his end. Oh, man, what is wrong with you? Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what? I don't care what y'all say about Miss Fonnie Willis. Miss Fonnie Willis. I wish she had did her own case. Because these looking dumb. Dumb, dominant, dominant. This don't make no sense. I wish Miss Fonnie Willis could do this own trial herself. I would rather hear her stand up here and talk than hear this confusing junk that they are saying. Miss Hilton is saying one thing, and then she say another thing. She agree with one thing, and then she says something else. She don't even know what she's saying. Hey, baby, I'm just so sick of these folks. Jeez.
what happened with the gun. I believe that Mr. Sharp's he's trying to confuse issues as to the fact that Mr. Stillwell was discharged in the indictment with possession of a gun. That is separate and apart from the purpose in which this particular piece of evidence come in. It is solely to complete what happened with the gun that Mr. Copeland used in order to defend him.
Miss Hilton, do you understand these street boys? Do you understand these street boys, Miss? Do you? Oh Lord, jeez, bless her heart. What you say? This she had her own issues at this time. But then the thing is, what she's saying now ain't making no darn cotton picking sense. She don't know what that boy is saying. That boy using psychology on all these educated butts because he know how the street laws is. These folks ain't nothing but educated. Man, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. And if they don't know what Mr. Steele them know what he talking about. Mr. Sharp, they'll know what he talking about. What Woody talking about. But Miss Hilton, you saying one thing 1 minute and you saying another thing in another minute. You don't even believe yourself what Woody says. Because I have heard you say many times on the stand, while he was on the stand, you asking him questions. Like you was against Lil Woody. But you supposed to be protecting him. God, thank you. Mistrial. Thank you, baby. I'm just upset because I see what the system is doing to our, and y'all can't say it's doing it. These boys, some boys just ain't doing nothing. Guys.
His child and his child's mother. The state has no intention of saying this Glock was used in some other crime because we don't have any evidence towards that.
What?
Furthermore, when we talk about what happened in 2022, as the court will instruct the jury, they have to look at every crime individually. So when we get to 2022 and the murder that happened in 2022, the jury have to look at the evidence for that particular crime in addition with the RICO.
Y'all ain't got no evidence, Miss Hilton. You don't have no evidence. There's no evidence. There's no proof of nothing. Y'all have not proved nothing. Thank you. Miss ain't no evidence. Ain't no proof. You going off, man. This lady him, boy. And that's why, you know what? Mr. Still letting her talk. Know what about to be happening in this case right here. Mr. Still know what about to happen in this case. This lady need to sit her butt down with them braids in her hair. Because she don't know what she's talking about. It's no evidence and there's no proof of nothing. All they know that a man got shot. Donovan is just like any other character out here in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. He just like any other person in Atlanta who in the game and stuff. You know what come with the streets. And period. And that's at the end of it. And Judge said like he over there ain't proved a cotton picking thing. And look at her standing up. Good, you better sit down.
Independently of whether or not Mr. Copeland used this gun to fire back at individuals who were shooting at him. They're going to have to parse out that evidence for themselves.
That's a separate issue other than Mr. Stillwell. I hear what you're saying.
Thank you. Separate issue. Miss Hilton. Y'all haven't proved nothing. I'm so sick of these folks, y'all. I'm so mad. I'm just so upset. I'm just so upset with them because they ain't proved nothing. She talking about the gun? What is supposed to trick them? God? You ain't from the streets? He's supposed to trick them. Oh, I'm gonna bring you the gun. You know darn well that what I said, who I said. Well, I said that for a moment the wrong name. I know they make me so upset. Hilton, thank you, baby. You know who I'm talking about. Golly. You actually think that a street dude gonna bring you the gun? Really? Man. Oh. God.
I'll tell you what I'm inclined to apply the 403 balancing test to find it's more probative than more prejudicial than probative. But here's the take, defense. If you open the door as to it, I'm gonna let them in the truck.
You not understand what he just said, Miss Hilton. If you open up that door, Miss Hilton, I'm for them young boys over there. Cause they ain't did nothing. Y'all blaming the wrong people for this. Every last one of them gang bangles that got on the stand had not said nothing about Young Thug did nothing. Only people accusing Young Thug is y'all. Fannie Willis crew. 2 Live crew. And Judge gonna sit up there and clear himself. If you open up the door for if you open up the doors for the defense, now when it's happening across team, this is gonna happen. Thank you, God. Leave me. You just said the same thing, and I didn't even read what you did. I didn't even read what you just said. I just said what I said with my eyes closed and I opened up and you said the same thing I said. So if two people saying the same thing, man, you hear what the judge just said? All right, now when they cross team, now y'all in trouble now. So if you want to open up that decision, Miss Hilton, then you open up the decision, Miss Hilton. But don't you get upset now when they come in here and step on your toes, because I won't be able to help you. You're going to recuse yourself anyway, baby. They're not through with you, sweetie.
You got to be very careful about not opening the door about this particular issue.
Listen. Oh, now you want to talk ex parte. Now you want to talk ex parte. And I'm glad you put what you just said in the chat just a minute in time, because I just said that and I didn't even know you said it. And there are two people saying the same thing. Listen to this crook. Listen to him. Now they don't confuse her. She don't know what to do. I don't care. I'm a little neater.
Because if you open the door as to it, I agree with you, Mr. Sharp, Mr. Steele, that it is more prejudicial than probative, but
Oh, I agree with you, Mr. Sharp. And I agree with you too, Steele. But look, y'all don't messed up. Because y'all had an ex parte with the witness. And I'm so upset that they ain't got rid of y'all yet. All these judges all these cases that I seen has recused themselves. Why did judge think he ain't did nothing wrong? Y'all, I'm telling y'all. Procter and Gamble. That's what Atlanta all about. And I've been here 65 years and I know this for a fact. Procter and Gamble. It's our game to these folks. Now you gonna go against her. Still ain't messing around with them. Still ain't done with this. Mr. Still ain't done with them. That's why Mr. Sharp got to be being careful what he said. Still already told him what to say.
if you dance around the issue and open it up, I'll revisit my decision. Okay? Yes, sir. All right.
And then, you're right, can we then ask him if he gave the gun to someone? I believe it is important that the jurors know something happened with this gun, in which he expressed that too.
But Miss Hilton, you talking about a street dude. You're talking about a gang member. He ain't gonna tell you what he did with no cotton picking gun. God, he don't make you look like a fool in front of the world. The jury already, Miss Hilton. If them jury from the ATL like me, you need to sit down in your chair. Sit down. Woody ain't dumb like y'all think Woody dumb. You hear him? If you dance. You know what, y'all? I like to talk to smart people. You know, people don't realize that everybody who on this case, been in this case with me since day one. It's very important that y'all watch this case. A lot of people say, oh, it's already on YouTube. So darn Cottonwood. You need the people to hear what the people got to say about this case. These crooks don't know how many people is watching this case. These people are mad because we watching this case. Continue to watch this case, people. And y'all continue to share and talk about it. I want every platform to talk about it. Because they crooks trying to get away. And this is what happened in everyday life to our young men. This is what happened to our young men. These men got family and stuff. Donovan ain't no different than my brother. If my brother played the street game, my brother have to deal with the streets. My brother didn't leave the streets, that's his fault.
To the officers back in 2015. I mean, not to say that it was Shannon, but to say that.
I think you gave the same issue about if you name Mr. Stillwell.
And I don't know what Mr. Copeland's response will be in court today, or in court.
Mr. Copeland ain't gonna agree with you, Miss. Thank you. That's all I. You said the word. You said the magic word. Mistrial. This ain't nothing. This is a procedure that they have to go through, y'all. This is a procedure that they has to go through. State ain't doing a good job. Donovan ain't no better than none of them boys out there. Y'all know in Atlanta they always have drive-bys. And they still have drive-bys. Bree, they get on my nerve, Bree. Eating up that man money. That's what they doing.
He comes back. But to ask him specifically, did he give, without telling me who, did someone take that gun? I mean, because I believe that we have to tie, there's a reason.
Ain't nobody took none. What? Ain't nobody. What? Miss Hilton, you don't know. Did anybody take a gun from Woody? Is you crazy? Woody is a hitman. Woody is the main man. God, is you crazy? Is you crazy? How you gonna, man, this ain't no little children. This a RICO, Miss Hilton. This is a RICO. You dealing with drug money, women, sex. Court, police, everybody. You need to sit down with that, I don't know if that weed heavy or too tight on your head. You dealing with a street person. And you actually think that he's gonna turn the gun in? Oh, man, y'all ain't got no case.
Never turned in.
And
Sure.
look at that man right there. Look at that shot.
Your Honor, my concern is prejudice on my client, Mr. Stillwell. So if Mr. Copeland is properly instructed beforehand to
Did not mention Mr. Stillwell's name or anybody else's name.
and he says the gun was taken and I was not able to retrieve it or whatever, then that solves my problem.
All right. Say are you good with that? And I will just tell you that you will need to talk with Mr. Copeland about that. To make very clear that he cannot mention.
Mr. Copeland ain't gonna agree with Miss Hilton. He don't like the police. Gang mamas don't like the police. He don't like you. He don't like the judge. He don't like nobody. Now, judge, you tell her she need to talk to Copeland. Copeland don't want to talk to them folks. He don't want to talk to them. Y'all done lost this case. So go on and finish it out.
Or anybody else.
And again, given his current, how he's been testifying in court, we don't want to, I want him to give whatever answer he's going to give.
But I think you're going to have to tell him that court has already ruled you cannot say it's Mr. Stillwell. I mean, I think before you, I think that would be a proper witness admonition about that. Or,
Yeah. And guess what? Would it been made a clown out of them? When they took Willie in their office, you took the main character in the Young Dolph case in your office to a party where he don't like y'all. They did the wrong. That's the wrong thing they could have ever done. Woody ain't for them. Woody can win his case without them. Woody can win his case too. Because they Woody tell the world. Y'all they made me lie. I know they made Woody lie. Because Woody looked at the judge a couple times. Boy, they in trouble at Woody. Now they trying to go against Lil Woody. See. Y'all, it's very important that y'all look at this show this court on your page and talk to your people about it. Because only people can understand this case. I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't mean that you hang in the streets. But you got to know the street law. It's laws in the street. And it's laws in the books. If you ain't street smart, then you lost. You got to know what's going on. What ain't about to tell that woman with no gun? What ain't about to say nothing about Mr. Steele? What ain't about to say nothing about Mr. Shaw? What ain't about to say nothing about nobody? What I already told them, y'all don't do nothing but lock me up.
You could lead him at that point in time.
All right, thank you.
So you do both of those two things just to make sure he doesn't get into anything that would be inappropriate, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Okay.
She really thinks she about to outsmart Lil Woody. I'm calling him Lil Woody. She actually think that she about to outsmart this little boy. Man, that boy way ahead of y'all, man. Y'all, Jesus. Oh, wait till they cross over. Wait till they cross exam. And this man right here, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. That's paperwork that y'all dealing with. Y'all ain't dealing with the streets. Y'all ain't dealing with the streets. Y'all ain't dealing with the street laws, man, please. Would have made all of y'all dummies look crazy and y'all ex parte. And then y'all gonna come out the ex parte and make Woody look stupid. Y'all came out the ex parte. It really does. They came out the listen to him. Listen to him. Listen.
Moving on, I think the next thing that we have is 11:45:15 through 11:45:24.
Judge, we done seen these videos 20 times. Why are we keep looking at these videos? That's the same thing that what the name Sharp was trying to tell you. Why are we looking at these videos over and over and again? Ain't nothing gonna change. The video is not gonna change. Why are we looking at videos again? Here we go. They want to sit in court, use state folks' money, state payer money, getting paid, getting their hair done. Well, we need to go get our hair done, get our nails done, get our feet massaged. While they sitting up here, get a hair, get your head shine. Sheesh.
Corresponds with page 83, 183, lines 21 through 23.
So we can move forward. I think the next defense redactions are page.
So are you going to redact those particular portions, or are you not sure? You got, I think under Mr. Sharp's table, it's got unsure.
We're not playing those. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so you're not going to play those.
Yes, we're not playing those.
All right, so you're going to omit that. You're also.
So y'all ain't playing then, huh? So y'all playing in there, right? Y'all better play it cause Woody ain't stun y'all. Y'all better play it cause Woody ain't stun y'all. Y'all, Woody ain't stun y'all.
Omit 11:48:25 through 11:48:34, and that corresponds with page 186, lines 20 through 22. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the next thing, Mr. Short, I think we have is page 188, line 9 to 189, line 9. Is that
Oh
correct?
Lord.
Mr. Sharp, I think that's what you all identified, and your comment is.
Let me tell y'all something.
Shannon doing everything for
Mr. Sharp gonna tear up during that crossfire. When they do that cross exam, boy, he gonna be cool, and he gonna have Woody tell on all the mother suckers sit up in that who not told the judge about told them about the ex parte. They put pressure on Woody and made Woody look like a fool in the courtroom. I don't like that. I don't.
free, or worse to that effect. So I want to flesh that out.
Look at him. Better start listening to this dude, because he don't know what he's talking about. He ain't from the streets.
Yes, sir. I don't know what Mr. Copeland is referring to when he makes these very generalized statements. But he essentially just goes on to say that my client doesn't have many earthly possessions, which I don't have a problem with. But he also insinuates that he commits crimes for Jeffrey Williams and doesn't get paid to do so. He just does it to do it. He doesn't give specific.
What? Cause that don't even sound right. You gonna commit crimes and you don't get paid for doing it? That's a lie. Anybody. You know, if you commit, you did a crime, you got paid for doing it. Ooh, Lord, boy, I tell you.
Specifics. I'm not sure what he's referring to. It's bad character evidence. Violates 404A and B, and that's why I'm objecting. And I don't know. It's entirely unclear what his personal knowledge to any of this is.
All right, sir. Ms. Hill.
Here she come.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, go ahead.
Stand up like a woman.
What's the reference on the tape?
I can't hear. Talk on the mic. Why they ain't on the mic? But y'all, I want to tell y'all this. I don't trust Shannon. I don't trust none of them guys around Young Thug. I don't trust none of them guys around Young Thug. Cause Young Thug got so many haters. Shannon, I believe Shannon is one of his haters. I really do think Shannon is one of his haters. As well as this man. All them haters.
Okay, what's the state's theory of disability assessment? Those picker lines.
One, I don't believe that it's character evidence at all. When we start this portion, prior to this particular section,
Okay. Keep talking.
they begin talking about why the opposition was targeting him first, and him being why the
I just
opposition
can't understand why y'all can't hold y'all head up and talk to the judge. Why everybody always got to look down and talk? If you know the case, you know the case. Why is you looking down at your paperwork? You know the case, you know your case. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Jesus. Talk about it without reading it.
was targeting Mr. Copeland first after the murder of Mr. Donovan Thomas Jr. And he's explaining, he being Mr. Copeland, is explaining that it's not me, it's Shannon. And he doesn't say his name. That's when he points to the paper. Because
Yeah, Miss Hilton. Miss Hilton. Do you know how many people that Copeland has accused in this case? Do you know how many people names he has brought up in this case? And you ain't said nothing about it.
on the paper, Shannon's name is on the paper, and he says, "This is your problem right here." Whatever he says, he does, and he points to the paper. Presumably, Mr. Williams' name is on the paper, and Mr. Stillwell's name is on the paper. They then go in to ask him how much is he getting paid. He says he's not getting anything, and then they ask him, "Well, who told you that?" And he says, he points, what I believe to be, he points at Shannon, because Dennis clarifies.
Miss Hilton. I like Lou Willie, what he doing to y'all. Educated fool. That's what the title need to be. Don't be an educated fool. That's what it needs to be. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because Woody is playing all of y'all. One minute he said it wasn't Shay and Shannon. Now he got y'all mind confused, got your mind confused, making you think that he's talking about Shannon. Oh, Lord have mercy.
He says Shannon. Shannon. He says Shannon. So one, this goes into Copeland's belief of why he doesn't understand why he's being targeted by Ifgane, because I'm not.
You mean Copeland?
Correct. And he's explaining that I'm not the problem. It's Shannon is the issue. And they're trying to understand more of the dynamic or the relationship between Shannon and Williams. And he further explains that he's not getting paid. He does, according to Copeland, he's doing whatever he wants just for him. And I believe that, again, that is
He being Mr. Stillwell?
correct. Is doing whatever it is that Mr. Stillwell is doing for Mr. Williams.
Miss Hilton, you bet open that door again. You open the door again on the situation. You brought back up Mr. Stillwell's name again. And the judge has told you about it. That's why the judge looking at you, Miss Hilton. Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do in a way, but that's what the judge said. Y'all running the state is running over the judge. They running over the judge. He just told them. She is. She don't even realize what she said. She just talking because she listening to Miss Love.
Not getting paid for it, and not. And so I think again that is important when we talk about this gang RICO enterprise, the relationship between the parties, and what Mr. Copeland is talking about is the relationship between his perception of the relationship between Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Williams. And again, when we're talking about the larger conspiracy and we're talking about the nature of their relationship, the nature of the enterprise, here is arguably an unindicted.
She is reading. She don't even know her own work. She's a prosecutor. Hold your head up and talk. She's reading. You don't know your work. Y'all don't know what y'all gonna present. Don't y'all know for homework we had to study the preamble, the Constitution, the preamble. We had to study that. Teacher gave us to Friday of that month. And here she is looking at her paperwork. God, they don't even know this. They don't even know this. They don't know. These crooks.
It's a larger gang talking about two other gang members and the relationship between them. We believe that is relevant for the jury to hear.
But she didn't say why. He didn't say YSL. Oh, she just wants you to talk, Mr. Steele. Don't tell her nothing else. Don't get her nothing else.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you what they doing, y'all. Miss Hilton is using psychology on the defense team just to hear what they have, and that's what he like. What she doing is pulling out of them and making them get up to talk, so she can fish her case the way she want to fit. Man, they can't fool me. I see what's going on. I can see right through these people.
No specific objections. Since it references your client. That's why I was asking.
Can't hear y'all. And why he looking over at them men? Turn your head back around.
Okay. I know your objection. I'll allow the state to play over the objection. I'll give you 15.
Hey y'all, they mad because Judge angry because what the name Adam didn't take over. Adam, they wanted Adam to talk. So Adam didn't want to talk, so they had to let Mr. Sharp talk. See, Judge gonna let Adam take over. Adam said, I ain't taking over. I'm sticking with my partner. Young Thug is his who paying them. Y'all think he's making no money while he's sitting up in there?
And that is page 188, line 9 through 189, line thereabouts. Okay? All right, next, I think you all have page 196, line 16 through 199.
I skipped the y'all.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Hold up, y'all. Let me see what they listen to Willie do. He gonna cop through the whole RICO? Jesus. Look at Woody.
It's going to start a little earlier at 12:10:40.
The Woody playing mind games on there. Look at him.
They was talking about damn Wayne Blood. I know when you really shot the way the head over there. Who shot? JK? I didn't know that. No, two people got caught with it. Yeah, JK. And why did not shoot him? I don't know. They just didn't show a detail. I mean, they just like, no, we're not playing they don't have no person on the record. I don't know. I think I killed this guy. It's just my leg wood. I mean, like it.
I got a question. Why in the world is his leg all up on? Why is his leg on the table in front of little Woody? Ooh, Lord, y'all better pay attention. That big old knee on top of the darn table.
But how do you know Nard did it? How do you know Nard did it? Say you been in trouble. They talk about it. I mean, like I said, this, what it was?
And we're stopping at 12:11:30.
State, what comes here?
Oh, I'm about to skip it because they don't make me mad. No, I'm about to skip it. Let me see. They took that break. Ooh, y'all ain't had now another ex parte?
To complete the thought on page 230 up to 3. Because I think the defense counsel starts at 230 line
You
20.
said 230 up through line 23.
Yeah, so we want all the up to line 23 in, and then starting at line 24.
I'm about to skip it. I want to hear what Mr. Shot say. Mr. Shot don't even got kind of serious. His brain coming off the side of his head.
So, Your Honor, we would agree from page 241, line 3 to
I'm skipping out.
It appears he's being shown a photo lineup of the officer.
okay. Yes, Your Honor, I saw it referencing.
Okay.
So we will, out of that redact, from 356 line 9, which starts at 325:10, to line 20, which is roughly about 325:38.
Why he keep looking at them boy? That boy.
Is 361.
Boy ain't gonna smile at you.
1, line 1 to 362, line 10.
Him
It's, apparently Mr.
texting Miss Lou.
Do what were we saying about the shooting on the tour bus?
Mr. Copeland, I may have labeled it wrong. Mr. Copeland, basically, he says, I'm not the problem. If you want the problem is Shannon. They said, why is the problem Shannon? And, cause this end got so much to prove. It's not me, it's these ends, man. And then he says, Thug, man, whatever thugs say to these ends, Shannon will do it, man. Every time Thug say something, Shannon do it, I say that and beat him up. Shannon shot up that tour bus. Shannon did everything.
He a lie.
That gun and killed none.
That's a lie. Oh, that's a lie. The boy who shot up the bus, they caught him. He in jail. Now, what Shannon got to do with the bus being shot up? And because they believe everything that boy said. Ooh, Lord Jesus of mercy. Ice cream and cake, honey. Let me see what Mr. Still say back home. Ooh, Lord, they don't get me a headache. Headache, a lie can give me a headache.
Foundation, which they have not.
To my recollection, this part of Mr. Copeland's testimony or his statement that we're sort of focused on about, especially with the Donovan Thomas killing, about who was in the car and all that, I don't believe that that's ever even been inquired on direct at this point. So I don't even know whether we're talking about prior inconsistent statements, whether we're talking about impeachment by contradiction.
Well, that's what the state's saying.
Right,
Saying
but-
it's impeachment by contradiction.
But Mr. Copeland, I don't believe a question's ever been posed to him about whether he was told what he was told by Mr. Garlington at this point. Whether he was told that Mr. Stillwell was in a car, wasn't in a car, whether he was told that Mr. Kendrick was in a car, wasn't in a car. I don't believe that we've ever touched that.
They haven't. And Mr. Sharp is right. They haven't said nothing about them being in that car. It's right. Mr. Judge, I know you don't care nothing about Mr. Sharp. But how do they link all of them boys sitting in that courtroom to that car? It's because y'all shouldn't have had that ex parte.
So I don't know how playing
Campbell.
statements, out of court statements regarding these matters shows any sort of contradiction because there's nothing's been said.
I think they're also trying to offer them for co-conspirator statements. So, you want to address that?
Yes, Your Honor. So multiple things. I believe, and again, I would have to go back to the record, that early in my questioning with Mr. Copeland, I asked him about the murder, and that is when
The murder of whom?
Donovan Thomas was the night of, and I believe his testimony in court was that Little D got in the car and Little D didn't say anything. And I would need to go back and look at that portion, but I believe that is what he testified to in court last week. Then furthermore, he testified in court that Shannon got into the car with him and not Nard, who back in 2015 got into the car with him. So as it relates to what Demekion told him, that would be impeachment by prior inconsistent statement given what he said in court versus what he said back in 2015. But again, Your Honor, this is impeachment by contradiction, and the foundation is there. It's because in court, Mr. Copeland has consistently said, I made it all up just so I would tell them anything, just so that I could get
Miss Hilton. What this boy says in court, even though he lied in the interrogation, is what he said in court. It's what the jury is going to go by. So what are you talking about? He said a lot of things in court. Woody said a lot of things in court. Even after the ex parte, he said stuff. What is y'all trying to find out? What is y'all trying to get? Thug ain't even involved in that. Y'all trying to stick some on somebody who all them boys said ain't got nothing to do with this. Man, I tell you, I'm so tired looking at that hair, honey. The weed pretty. The weed pretty. I ain't hating. I need my hair done. But y'all using the taxpayer money to do all that. No, y'all not. I'm just playing, y'all. That man right there,
Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
civil court on him. On judge. Dang. I know they ain't pulled that boy out the house in his house coat. Or they gave him something to put on him because he was cold. What it is?
And then stop playing at 3:39.
Miss Hilton, you still ain't got nothing just because he said that. Dude, know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. People know a lot of people. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Anything further, Mr. Charter, Mr. Steele, in regards to the 3 lines, 375?
Don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing. Because they trying to cop off of y'all. They're going to react off of y'all. Don't say nothing else still. Because don't say nothing, Sharp. Because what they doing is going to use what y'all say in their situation, in their case study. They're going to use what y'all saying against what y'all saying. I know that that's the only thing they do. They don't have a case. They making up one. Allegedly.
Let's turn to page 378, line 1 to 378, line 8.
Y'all didn't start using y'all book until Mr. Sharp started.
Gonna tell comment on silence.
Look, he know what's going on. They the one put that. See, hit Deontay, y'all. That's Deontay. That's the other YSL member that put that recuse on that judge. Civil pressing charge against judge. That's why he don't want to look at him. Judge don't messed up. Judge messed up.
The state gonna play that 378 line 1 to 378 line 8.
Yes, Your Honor.
And listen, her, yes, your
And we don't believe that's a comment on the defendant's silence.
God know he good. My other computer ain't even on yet. But this one, I got another one.
And tell me what page, and tell me what audio visual marks are those as well, too, please.
It'll be 340:38.
340:38.
Yes, 340:56.
Skipping it, y'all.
Now you have to look at it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, it says right here, court that announced Mallory's categorical exclusion rule the following passage to be quoted. Or we take this opportunity to hold in criminal cases a comment upon the defendant's silence or failure to come forward is far more prejudicial than probative. Accordingly, from the date of publication of this opinion, 91 Banshees, Georgia 4th. Such comment will not be allowed even when the defendant has not received a written warning where he takes stand his own defense. I extend holding freely. This is state Georgia.
Y'all don't know the law? Y'all reading this stuff, man. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. They full of mess. Let me see what else they gonna talk about, y'all. They ain't gonna talk about nothing else. Look at Judge trying to look serious.
We have all our participants. Okay, there's Mr. Shaw. Okay, I see him up here. All right. Okay, all right. Check your neighbors. Okay, all right, good. Okay, couple more to go. So 387, page 387, line 6 to 13. Hearsay about what not said to Mr. Copeland.
Don't y'all give the judge no more information defense. Because they're going to use it against y'all. And then they're going to go against y'all with y'all same information in court. When it's time for Lil Wood to come back. If Lil Wood to come back. Lil Wood probably went to Mexico.
Would say that.
All right, y'all. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop right here.
Agreed to try to come to an understanding, and then phone calls were made to Mr. Williams. But things that Donovan Thomas said are not needed to understand that discussion between Copeland and Watts.
Anybody else wish to be heard on that issue? Yes, Mr. Steele.
Can't hear you, Mr. Steele.
I'm trying to understand if it's not for the truth of the matter asserted, how does it even get through 401 or 402?
Can't hear you.
If it's really not for the truth of the matter asserted, and it just gets to how a meeting occurred later, if it's not that, hey, Donovan Thomas said this and it's truthful, and that's what initiated the meeting, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
The meeting happened, and in fact, on direct examination, while we had a jury here, Mr. Copeland was specifically asked about this, and the state impeached him and said that you did have FaceTime call with Jeffrey Williams in front of Mr. Watts, who's been referred to as hell. So that's my only additional, but otherwise, I really don't know why this is being placed with the jury, and I'll add 403 analysis as well, because it seemed very confusing.
Anyway, y'all, we're going to start right here. We're going to start right here because they about finished in a way. I just say this. I just say that y'all share this live. Y'all continues to show this live on y'all channel. Broadcast it live to what going on in that court. Because it's a lot, it's looking at the court. It's more than just looking at these videos and to find out what really is going on in front of your face, in your eyes. Fair is not fair. The law is effed up. They ain't got nothing. No proof, no evidence against this RICO trial. If they were going to have a RICO trial, they should have had it. And guess what? Guess what Trump did? I remember. I still go look at my playlist, y'all. I got Young Thug playlist for everybody who think that they first time ever watching Young Thug, Young Dolph. I got Young Dolph playlist of mine from back in the 2021. I got Young Thug when I first started doing his case before we got in this trial. We ain't just start doing this mess on this channel. We been at it, but we ain't gonna talk about one thing every day. But when that trial come on, we gonna show no talk about Young Thug, and we can't wait to YSL, and we can't wait to Brian Colbert. I appreciate y'all coming here. Yeah, see, I made my other computer right here. Ain't working right now. But you see, I got another one right here, don't you? Sure, little Nita don't play around. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Hey, hit that notification bell. So when I'm at work, I ain't got to work tomorrow. So I'm going to tear this internet up. I'm out, y'all. Have a good night, morning, noon, or whatever.